Welcome to Daily Dive. Here's what's coming up. A principal is causing a stir after informing parents and students that she must say yes to the dress for their high school prom. But is she taking it too far? Plus, while some fear travel, many younger people are capitalizing on the cheaper flights being offered. And while researchers race to find a vaccine, we're going to dive into the company willing to pay you thousands to be infected with the virus. Daily Dive starts right now. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi there.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm sorry, there's something over my face. What is that? Is that on Facebook
I don't
Live
know what
too?
is happening. No, it's not on
It's
Facebook
just
Live.
like-
We're just having something on our end that we can
You
see.
can't see the big old block in front of me, so I was like, what is this?
I can't believe y'all left me when I said good morning. Y'all left me hanging.
I was looking at that. I'm sorry.
I was waiting for
Come
Keith.
on. Y'all, we have so many stories to get into. This first story is going to blow your mind. So a Louisiana principal, she's definitely creating a stir online because she informed the parents and the students of her school that she must say yes to the dress in order for them to wear their different prom dresses. Okay, so let me just give you guys a little bit of the background. So the principal ends up sending out a mass text message explaining the rules, and she says she must approve every girl's planned attire. So the guys, they get a pass. They don't have to worry about anything, but the girls, is for their dresses, and she notes that clothes that are sheer or revealing, well, those will not be allowed, and each student is required to send her a photo while in the dress, and she says once she approves the outfit, then they can purchase it. So you're supposed to send that image before you actually purchase the dress because to avoid you having to return it. Let's get right to it. The students are upset. The parents are mad as well. Do y'all think this is a good move? Should students have to have their prom dresses pre-approved?
All right, first
the
let's talk about the
principal.
problem, right? Let's talk about the problem at hand, the reason why she feels inclined to do this. We have seen in years past some of these young ladies, their attire is a little, risque, I'd say.
Mhm.
So, on that hand, I'm sure like many of you, because I have as well, looked at these pictures like, oh my word, what is she wearing? Why are her parents allowing her to wear this? So on that hand, you understand what the principal is doing. On the other hand, my problem is the control factor. I think this principal might have some issues with control and wanting to be in touch, over everything and touching everything. I have a big problem with that. I think she might have some issues as far as I'm concerned. This principal, making it a personal attack because there's something wrong if you feel the need to look at every single
dress.
young lady's dress. Yeah. I mean, what about just putting out a blanket rule? You don't follow the rule, you don't get in, right?
Mhm.
Just about
And
to say that.
then the young men. Let's think about that. Why are you not putting in a similar rule for young men? Because sometimes their outfits are a little wild and maybe not as often as young ladies, but sometimes their outfits are a little off the cuff as well. Why not make this a rule that's unisex? Because just targeting one sex, that's a problem. That's also sending the wrong message to our young girls. And I'm always, someone who fights for our young girls and their freedom to express themselves appropriately. So I totally against what this principal is doing. And I'm just going to put it out there. I understand some of the young girls don't wear things that are appropriate, but there's different ways to handle this.
So before you chime in, Steve, let me just jump in. So look,
Sorry, Steve.
if you're just joining us, we want to kind of catch you up. So there's a principal out in Louisiana who is requiring all of the students attending the senior prom to send her a photo of them in their dress. So it's for the ladies, the guys, they get a pass. We're asking you, do you think dresses should have to be approved before showing up the day of?
By the principal? Hello,
Yeah.
let's put that in
By the
there.
principal.
There
All
are
of
so
them.
many ways that this could have been handled differently. Maybe better.
Better?
Exactly. Yeah. You think about all the proactive things that could have been done instead of just saying, hey, why don't I send a picture to my principal about what I'm wearing? There could have been somebody, hey, let's have a meeting. Hey, these are the rules and dress codes we would like you to follow. Maybe have that meeting with the parents. So then when the girls go out shopping for their dresses, maybe the mom can tag along and say, hey, and help guide them. But I think this also stems back to, maybe this principal feels that maybe the parents of the students not necessarily providing that kind of
Guidance?
I don't know about you guys, but growing up sometimes if I was wearing something funny or carrying something weird, my dad would look at me and go, where you going?
Right.
Going out of the house like that. Where you going? Where are you going? You know, so maybe it's something that's built up, and that's why the principal is trying to act this way. I understand that. You know, I guess I try to understand what she's trying to do to make, you know, but there are, you know, it's just the ways that things could be handled.
Yeah.
So Alma's saying how stupid and controlling. Yeah,
Yes.
Alma, that's what a lot of people are saying. They're saying you're not giving the kids the freedom to express themselves.
Sure.
I remember my senior prom, and we had strict rules. Of course, you know, guys, you can't wear jeans and stuff like that. But you would think everybody knows that. They were very strict about the ladies having their backs exposed and stuff like that. You had to have them covered. And I mean, let's just be honest. The dresses are probably not what they are today as they used to be back in the day. Things are different. You know, you do show more skin than probably you did back then. So I see what the principal's doing. And like I said, maybe she just wants to ensure nobody's perfect prom night gets ruined because they get to the door and then they're like, we're not going to be able to let you all in.
Oh, come on. You know good and well your dress is inappropriate and you're not going to get let in. It depends on what it looks like. Come on, let's be real.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
The kids may know it, but they may try to push and see what they can. Okay. Sometimes the parents, I don't know if they always... You know, really take charge and say, "Hey, I'm the parent. Go take that dress off." You know what I'm saying? So,
maybe that's the approach.
What is Christopher saying? Sounds like the principal doesn't trust the students or the parents'
Yeah,
ability
that's exactly
to make
what
decisions.
Like.
No, Christopher, this is not in Duval County. This is actually in Louisiana.
Ooh,
but we're just
magical
asking you. Oh my gosh, yes. But we're asking you all: do you think the prom dresses should be approved before the students get an opportunity to just roll up to the prom? So I mean, I get it, and being a director of a youth choir, I will say this: I'm very strict even on my kids about some of the different things that they can wear on the stage because I have to make sure I let them know, hey, don't think it's okay to come up.
Some of these dresses. Yeah, well,
hold on one second.
Hold on, okay. Don't be scared. Say what you said. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, Raylene said, I think it's a great idea. Some of these girls dress like porn stars. Wow. Well, I mean,
she's not lying.
Well, there you have it.
This goes back to maybe the...
So here's the thing. Here is the thing. I feel like, like I said, I'm very strict on my choir. You can't have ripped jeans and stuff like this. Now, I do think this is quite interesting that the principal has enough time to really have a whole bunch of students send her a personal text message to say, hey, send me your dress. Me. So I'm like, you have probably better things to do, principal. But I mean, so there has to be something there. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I just think we're in a place now where you do have to be a little more, you got to be a little more cautious.
All right, so here's the thing. No secret, I am a bit of a rule breaker myself, right? I'll admit that. But I do believe in respect. I'm big on respect, and that goes on both ends. Respect from the principal as well from these students, not just to the principal, but to themselves. Like, kids need to be taught how to respect themselves in terms of how they look on a daily basis, and obviously to go to a prom. So it is a problem with the parents. I feel it is a problem that starts at home, because a parent should see a child, a young lady dressed in a certain way and be like, honey, you need to go try this on instead. But in some cases, the parents wear similar outfits, dressing like what my girl said, porn stars, right? So they feel it's acceptable. So on that end, I kind of get where the principal is going, but I do have a problem with her feeling that she has to have a hold on it all. I need to see each and every dress. That's a control problem to me. That says a lot about that principal. I know it sounds like a personal attack, but according to the way this article is written, I have a problem with her.
Listen, a lot of people do. They are upset. Now you have Shauna that says parents buy those dresses and think it's cute, so she thinks they should approve them, saying, have you seen some of these dresses? And then wanted to say, if my niece showed a little skin on her belly, I mean a little, and my mom had to go and get skin color material added to the dress. I've seen those girls going to school in less clothes. Yeah, Wanda.
You see, but there we go, talking about what's appropriate and what's not. I mean, Wanda may think that's okay for her to show a little bit belly. This principal, obviously, that's not the image she wants portrayed for her students at her school.
But that's why maybe it makes sense to lay down the law, and say this is just what it's going to be. Jenny said I had to walk to school in a required dress through 8th grade in all kinds of weather. I hate dresses. And then Tori says, okay. So
snow.
now Tori says something that I've seen a lot of comments about. This is weird and predatory. Why does she want pictures of all the girls in the school? Stop sexualizing kids. Now, I will say this. Do you think this would be okay if the principal was a male?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
It would not be okay. Think of it. Now, that would be the headlines. That would be the start of the Today Show. Good morning, America. Good morning, Jacksonville, everything. Because nobody would ever think that it's okay for young ladies to send a photo to a grown man, regardless if the dress is showing any skin or none at all. That would just be weird, right?
Yeah, I actually got a similar private message someone sent me saying that the principal might be a little wacky, and she would want the picture back. If I send it to you, I want it back, and I want to know it's scrubbed and it's not on your phone anymore. So I get that. I'm not going to try to, go in that direction. I don't know anything about this woman. I'm not going to put that on her. But I
my
think issue is the control thing. Like, get off your high horse and stop trying to control these.
There's so many ways to handle differently.
Just
all ahead of time, and also with you're just putting these, making the girls and the females send the picture. Why? Apply it to the guys too.
Like I just say, you know what?
I know that there's things that when they wear, they're kind of limited, but I mean, if you're gonna apply it across the board.
Yeah, that's the thing. Apply it across the board for the young men and women. Who have to all show what they're going to be wearing, and then also just keep in mind that had this been a little different, I don't know if that would probably be the same story.
Bottom line, young ladies, young men, put on some clothes when you go to the prom. Plain and simple. Have some respect for yourself. Plain and simple.
And also, I'm sure those counselors, the teachers, the principal, I'm sure they've got a little bit more to worry about than what people are wearing. Where those kids are bringing flasks in.
All that
where
stuff.
They're bringing a little something else in.
Prom.
How are they getting there? How are they getting home? All that stuff. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get into this next story. So we know the coronavirus. It is the big story all day, every day right now. Volunteers out in London could be paid a large sum of money to help with finding a vaccine.
Okay.
So now you're like, okay, wait, let me see.
Volunteers.
Yeah, so this company wants to actually inject people with the coronavirus. They're going to pay you $4,500 to get the coronavirus for them to hopefully test to find a vaccine. This is just straight foolishness.
I'd do it.
$4,500?
Right now, I'd probably do it.
They're only looking for 24 people now, so you're not a part of the 24. I'm sorry.
You're like, I feel like my immune system's pretty strong.
No, they don't say there's an age, but I'm assuming they probably want to go with the younger.
But let's stop and think about it. Isn't that how vaccines are made? They inject it with the actual virus itself, or the dead version, or whatever.
Yes, your body.
But so we can't test a vaccine on somebody who actually is infected with it. Like I'm saying, why do we need to infect somebody with it to see how the body reacts?
Because that's what the flu shot. I mean, you go to get the flu shot. Flu shot's like the littlest version of the flu. That's why everyone's usually afraid to get the flu shot, because they say, "Oh, you actually get sick when you get the shot or whatever."
Austin,
everybody's body reacts differently.
Here's Austin talking about the pineapple pizza again. Say you volunteer. We know, Austin. We know. Good morning to you, buddy.
For $4,500, you know what? People are going to do it. And they're going to get excited about it. Yeah. For $4,500, people do it for $50.
Now listen,
some cookies.
That $4,500 may seem like a lot of money, but now you have a lot of younger folks who are utilizing the coronavirus and all of these cut prices on airline tickets. They're taking advantage of that. Oh yeah. Now.
I just flew over the weekend, and I thought that my flights would have been empty. I mean, these planes were full. Going and coming back.
Both round trip, I had a whole row to myself.
Must be nice. Where did you fly into?
I flew to JFK.
So yours was packed. Yeah. So yours was packed.
Both to JFK and to Newark. They were both
into JFK and then out of Newark.
Yeah.
And both were.
Yeah.
So your plane was packed or not?
From Jax to JFK, both ways packed, and I was just like, oh. I thought I was going to get a break. Not the case. So we're watching them spray down the airplanes now. I still, let me tell you, but I'm like this even before coronavirus. You cough, you sneeze, I'm just like,
get away from me.
That's because you have no room on the plane.
Yeah, well, not just that, but you're in a container and it's not going anywhere. It's just
recently, I believe it was last week or maybe it was over the weekend, they were saying that a plane had to make an emergency stop because somebody ended up sneezing and coughing on the plane, and folks were mad about it and they went crazy. So they ended up having to do an emergency emergency
Oh
my
landing
gosh.
because
Wow.
the passengers weren't having
That's
it.
interesting.
I don't think I would go that far. I mean,
No.
again, you do
I'm
have to be
surprised
very
about that.
careful, but things like this is just me personally. I don't say we should take light of any of this type of stuff. Don't get me wrong. You have to be very smart. Keep the hand sanitizer, wash those hands and everything like that. But I can't let life stop because of a virus. Because listen, what I'm not going to do is give up a whole year or some months while this thing is doing its thing and making its way through the world, and then I'm missing out on stuff. I'm just not doing
I
that.
just have to vent really quickly because I wanted to scream while I was on the plane. Please cover your mouth when you're sneezing and you're coughing. I can tell when you cover your mouth and when you're. I don't have to look at you. You can hear when it's one of those wet sneezes that's just not being covered or a cough. Just cover your mouth, please. It's
Do the elbow technique.
Now, Sean,
just wash your hands. Just wash your hands.
Just wash your hands.
Just
Please,
wash
just
your
wash your
hands.
hands. Sean, let's get his comment up. He said, "I do it for free to make sure of no more deaths."
Oh,
Thank you, Sean. Yeah.
That's admirable.
And then you have Sierra that says, if you think about it, it would help thousands of people. Why to infect someone to use as a controlled environment? And then Kaysen, you just booked a flight to Hawaii in July, a round trip for $659.
Oh,
that is not bad because
that's
I've
really
gone
good.
in the
Hawaii's
summertime and my
Yeah,
trip ticket was $1,200.
Wow.
I just did this. Who just said that? I just
This
did
was
the same.
Sean.
I did the same, but I booked it before.
Oh, excuse me, Kaysen, my
It was
apologies.
before the virus started going out there, so my ticket was closer to the standard
The grand.
price. But oh man,
Man.
$650 round trip to. I'm assuming to Honolulu. That's pretty.
What you could
pretty
do.
good.
Should I put this out there? What you could do is call
and refund get
because what they will do is
I already had to switch.
they'll give you you won't get your money back, but you'll get like a voucher for the airline,
and then you use
and
the
then
credit
you
and then for less rebook for cheaper.
They are not about to
Actually,
do that
that's
because
actually
listen,
yes, they will.
listen, these people are about to be missing out on so much money.
It happens all the time. I was
Really?
offered that. Yeah, my mom just canceled a flight as well. Yeah, people do. You if you want.
Well,
to.
I couldn't even get a refund on the flight that was too full, and they told me they weren't going to be able to get. I'm not going to call the airline name, but I got some issues.
It was
that's a spot.
It was United.
Next time.
Why are we talking about this? Because I'm ready to go off already.
Why didn't you let me talk to them for you, bro?
Yeah, you need to. We have another one saying, "I'm sorry, it's a no for me because I have asthma, sinus, and allergy problems. I would be very skeptical." But that's the thing. Yeah, I don't think if you have any underlying, health conditions or anything like that, you don't want to do that because that's truly setting yourself up for failure. And I think you do more harm than probably help, even for those other people. Now, one thing I've noticed, Dr. Phil is one of the new shows that is now going to be taping without a studio audience. Now, we know Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, Wendy Williams.
That's right, Democratic debate coming up there.
Yeah. All of this is affecting so... So what? All of this is affecting
the debate without an audience is going to be interesting.
It will. Now that's going to be quite interesting because I'm curious. I think sometimes the candidates they thrive off the energy from when you have people shouting out boos and giving them the support and things that they may need. You don't have that anymore. And I say the same thing even for sports now that they're looking into keeping people off of the courts and stuff like that. It's like, hey, like
did you hear LeBron? He said, "I ain't gonna be there."
Yeah. So last week LeBron was saying, "I ain't playing. If we don't have the fans there." And then
later came back and was like, "All right, I'll play."
He changed and said, "Well, if it's going to be for the betterment of the team and to keep us all safe, then I see it." But I am curious to see even what some of these talk shows are going to do. Like Wendy Williams, she depends on her audience. She calls them her other hosts and stuff like that. So she's
always sick. She better be careful.
And I think that's why too. Even like Alex Trebek, we know, with him battling cancer, it makes sense for him not to have an audience because that can do a lot of harm to these hosts. So.
But quickly, since we're on the coronavirus, I do want to plug something that's happening at 9 o'clock. If you guys want to go on Facebook Live on both our First Coast News page as well as Good Morning Jacksonville, we're going to be talking with a doctor from UF Health. Chad Nielsen is his name. He's going to answer any questions you may have pertaining to the coronavirus. Again, that's 9 o'clock. We're going to be doing it live on Facebook, First Coast News as well as Good Morning Jacksonville page. Just go ahead and chime in. Any questions you want to ask him, we'll be answering those questions for you. Again, it's live at 9 a.m. And then I'm sure you guys heard we had our first confirmed case of the coronavirus here on the first coast out in Nassau County, a 68-year-old man. So, and that's a population we're all concerned about is the elderly when it comes to coronavirus. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. But in lieu of that, I know a lot of you are concerned. You have a lot of questions. We're going to be answering those for you again at 9:00 this morning.
Facts, not fear, right? That's what we've been saying all
That's
morning.
right.
Facts, not
That's right.
fear. That's what it's all
Just,
about.
that's all. Pay attention. Just be cautious.
Mhm.
Just wash your hands. Just tidy up.
Listen,
keep
that is the
clean,
main
that's it,
thing.
I've been
almost
through so many already, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I've been getting on myself is just as far as making sure I watch. Like the first thing I do, even when I come into the newsroom, I wipe down my desk. I write down everything. Like you just have to. You have to be very careful. Definitely in this time, as we're all trying to avoid it in some ways. So do what you can to protect yourself. But again, 9:00 on Facebook. All of those questions that you all may have, be sure to join Miss Keitha Nelson and that wonderful doctor, and they'll be breaking all of that good stuff down. We appreciate you joining us today. I said that it was Thursday earlier, but it's definitely Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day Wednesday.
Is all messed
It's
up.
okay. It's okay.
We're almost to Friday though.
Almost there.
Not
We'll be
really.
all right.
But all right,
No,
guys,
we
y'all have
are.
it. Yeah, we're 2 more days after today. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. But for now, stay safe out there and have a good one, folks.
You still have that box over my face.
It's not going anywhere.